Welcome to Trade Pro. In this video, I'm going to show you and test a 15-minute time frame strategy that uses the ADX, RSI, and a 50-period exponential moving average. This strategy was presented on the website tradingstrategyguides.com, where I have already tested 2 out of the 3 ADX strategies that they have on the website. I have absolutely no affiliation with their website, so I can tell you that out of the 2 that I tested already, one of them was absolutely terrible, and the other actually ended up being the #1 spot holder on my strategy ranking spreadsheet, doing extremely well. So it'll be interesting to see how this third one that they have performs over a series of 100 trades. But without further ado, let's talk about the strategy, show a couple examples, and then I'll get into the 100 tests. First, let's start with the indicators and the settings. So first thing is the 50-period exponential moving average, which I think everyone knows how to plot that. Then we have the ADX, but the settings are changed. Both the settings are set to 20. Default would have been 14. And I added a horizontal line at the 25 level because that's the level we're going to be using. To add the horizontal line, you can just go up to your TradingView tools here and click horizontal line, click it directly onto your ADX indicator, and it will pop on there. You can change the coordinates of it to 25. And then the RSI, but not the standard RSI setting. So also going to have a 20-period RSI here. Now let's get into the strategy rules one by one. The first step with this strategy is you must see the ADX go over the 25 level like you see here, here, and here. The second step is using the 50 EMA to determine the trend direction so you know if you should be taking a long position or looking to take a short position. If price is over the 50 EMA, you should be looking for a long, and if price is under the 50 EMA, you should be looking for a short. Step 3 is the entry signal given by the RSI. If the RSI goes over 70 and the other conditions are met, go long. If the RSI goes below 30, you can go short as long as all the other conditions are met. You can see that happening when the RSI goes over 70 right here. ADX had already gone over the 25 level and the price has gone over the 50-period EMA, so the entry signal will be given on this candle right here for a long position. Step 4 is placing the stop loss at the last ADX low for longs and the last ADX high for shorts. Let me show you an example here with this long position that we just talked about. The last ADX low, if we look back, was right here before it turned to the upside. So if we look at that candle, it's going to be this candle, which will be where the stop loss is placed, just below that candle. So there's your stop loss placement. The fifth and final step is to take profit only when the ADX goes below 25 and you are in profit. So if we take a look at the ADX here, it goes back below the 25 level on this red candle right here, which is not in profit. So you're going to have to wait for it to happen again. And only if it's in profit can you actually close in profit, of course. So this is the red candle here, which closes in profit just by a little bit. So it's basically a break-even trade on this specific example. I'm not sure why they do the take profit target and the stop loss the way that they do, but I just am following the rules as they present on their website. So if we also take a look at what they talk about for the trend direction, they don't actually use the 50-period EMA. What they say is to use the last 50 candlesticks to determine the trend. For sell signals, look for prices to develop a bearish trend. So essentially just using the last 50 candlesticks to determine the trend. It's basically the same thing as using the 50 EMA. So in that thing, I'm just doing it to be more objective, but I'm following all their other rules. As weird as the stop loss and take profit rules are, I am following what the rules say. So let's get into the 100 tests. I'll just show one more example of a short trade so it makes sense, and then we'll get into it. All right, quick example of a short trade. So first, we do need to see that the ADX goes over the 25 level, which happens right here. Then we need to see that the RSI goes below the 30 level for a short, which happens right here. That's going to be our entry level. And we take a look at the 50 EMA prices under it, so we're in a downtrend. So here is our entry candle for a short position. Let's place our little tool there. And for the last ADX high, we can take a look over here. This was the turning point right here. So this green candle is going to be where our stop loss is placed, just above the last ADX high. So yep, that's perfect right there. And essentially we're just going to be waiting until the ADX goes back below the 25 level, which happens down here for the take profit target. So this one gives a nice 1 to 2.13 risk to reward ratio. So that's a short trade. And now let's get into the 100 tests. This one should take a while. All right, results are in, so let's check it out. This was tested on Euro against the US dollar as well as British pound against the US dollar because I ran out of price data on Euro. 2 months out of the 12 months was on British pound against the US dollar. This was done on a 15-minute time frame using a variable risk to reward ratio. And again, it took 12 months of price data to find the 100 trade signals, which is quite high for a 15-minute time frame test. There were 58 winning trades and 42 losing trades. The most won in a row was 3 and the most lost in a row was 4. The gain on the account, if risking 1% of account equity per trade, 6.79%. So extremely low. Why so low on this test? Well, that's because if we take a look to the right, the average winner only 0.84%, while of course each loss is minus 1% on the account, leaving you with a very small gain on the account figure. I believe the reason for this is the stop loss placement method, and this method doesn't really make any sense to me using the ADX low to place the stop loss, but the real problem with it is that it makes the stop loss so incredibly far away the majority of the time, to the point where the risk to reward ratio is completely messed up, even on trades where they capture a huge price movement. Still the risk to reward ratio is really made to be terrible on the majority of the trades. If we kind of go through some examples here, on the high end, the risk to reward ratio would be something like 1 to 3 or 1 to 3.28. But the majority of the trades, it was more like 1 to 0.3 or 1 to 0.01, even just basically nothing. So with spreads or fees, you're going to be left with actually a loss on a lot of these trades. So it's that stop loss placement that really killed the strategy, and I do believe that the strategy itself isn't that bad if the stop loss method is fixed. But of course, this one's going to fall terribly low on the strategy ranking spreadsheet. I've now tested a few different ADX strategies, all presented on this website, Trading Strategy Guides. I have no affiliation with them at all, and I've said 2 of the strategies are absolutely terrible. One of them did really well, but when I see the claim of best ADX strategy built by professional traders, of course I want to test out the strategies and see how they perform. Again, 2 of them performing horribly and 1 of them performing incredibly well. It was this one here that did really well with the pullbacks to the 20-period exponential moving average, while ADX is over 30. And I did my last video on this one that did really well. The issue with it was that it was so rare to get a trade signal that it took something like 12 years of price data to find 100 trades. So it wasn't ideal for that reason, but you can still take the concept and potentially apply it to your own trading strategy. And that's the whole point of this channel, is to test a bunch of different strategies, find out which ones are promising, so people can easily put together their own trading system that is optimal and fit for them personally. So time to pop on over to the strategy ranking spreadsheet and see how these all line up. I think I'm gonna call it quits on the ADX strategies for a little bit and try some other strategies out. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's check it out on the strategy ranking spreadsheet. All right, here I am on the strategy ranking spreadsheet. So if we take a look at the 3 different ADX strategies I tested from that website, we have 1 at the very top and then 2 at the very bottom. The one tested today falling at spot number 66 out of 77 strategies tested on the channel so far. So kind of at the bottom of the barrel here with these 2. Kind of interesting that they are, they're claiming that these strategies are built by professional traders, that they are the best ADX strategies, and they also claim that they will work on all things Forex, stock market, commodities, cryptocurrencies. They claim that they are completely versatile and will work profitably across multiple markets, which is quite the claim. It's just funny that 2 of the strategies performed just horrifically, and then one of the strategies just ends up being the #1 strategy holder. So I don't know if they're just blindly going at it with these strategies and they just got lucky on one and then 2 of them are trash, or what's going on here. But I don't know. It was it's always interesting to see how strategies are going to perform. So that's where we're at right now. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'm going to give a shout out to my affiliate, Capitalize.ai. Capitalize allows traders to create and automate their trading strategies just by typing them out in plain English, no coding knowledge required. You can simulate, backtest, and deploy strategies all from your phone, and all for free. Check it out with my link in the description down below if you're interested. Thanks for watching.